What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Hope you are all safe and well today. It is Carabao Cup semi-final day. I should be excited. I should be looking forward to us going to Anfield, full strength, ready to do damage, ready to put Klopp in the mud and mash work. But, you know, according to Arsenal, you know, things never run as smooth sailing as we all expect. Big up to every single one of you for tuning in today. It is Carabao Cup semi-final day. And, you know, we have to hope and pray that some sort of miracle happens at Anfield tonight. Hope you're all well. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the infamous, the notorious Curtis Shaw TV. We are back again. And before anything happens, you know what we do, people. We slow things down a little bit. Bobby Valentino setting slow down. Granit Xhaka mode, people. Slow it down. Let's not miss them blood clot comments. And get yourselves in them comments and let me know what you think about today's game. Transfer settings. And, of course, it wouldn't be transfers without Daily Dusan. We will talk about that man, Dusan Vlahovic, once again. And, I mean, please, like, remember, there was a meme, wasn't there, of Robbie where he's like, sign some players. That's how I feel right now. Sign some players, please. Somebody tell Edu the transfer window is open. George G, you've got me. You know you got me there. Stand up if you hate Tottenham. You get me once, people. You get me once. By the way, George, before we get into today's show, I enjoyed last night. Tottenham doing what Tottenham do. We all know Tottenham are allergic to silverware and... yeah, they continued with that philosophy last night, people. They turned up, they huffed and puffed, and they got dealt with 1-0 by Chelsea. And, yeah, I enjoyed it. I have to admit, Conte was fuming, Spurs all over the place. But I won't say too much because, you know, we play Spurs on Sunday, and for some reason, they'll probably turn into prime Real Madrid against Arsenal just for the fact I'm dissing them so much. But Tottenham, allergic to trophies. I enjoyed it. Johnny said, Big C, I feel you're on smoke today. I feel like, you know what? I should have had the Nicholas Anelka background because I'm feeling rebellious today. Let me say something before we get into the show today. Whoever the Arsenal doctor is, do your job. Do your job. And if that means you have to walk into the office, put a whole heap of false positives down on that table, do your job. Lock that game off. Lock it off, people. We're going to Anfield. This is a cup semi-final. We can't be going there with some little baby team against Liverpool at Anfield. I don't care if they got no Mane and Salah. We need a proper team on the pitch. So whoever the Arsenal doctor is, do your job. If we have to exchange brown envelopes, then we do what we got to do. Ralph Sanelli said when Arsenal knock, it's a different knock. So knock on that door and tell them we got 10 players out with false positives. I'm sorry, people. I'm not making any light of a serious virus. But from an Arsenal viewpoint, lock that game off. I'm looking forward to the watch-along, but we'll do it next week. That's number one. Lock it off. We'll go there next week. This is my reason why, people. This is my reason why. Charles Watts came out this morning. He said, I understand that Martin Odegaard looks set to miss tonight's game and the same as Emile Smith-Rowe. Wonder if we might see a change of system to accommodate. The full story also went on to say, no Tomiyasu as well, although I believe Xhaka could be back involved. Doc, lock the game off. I'll see you next week. Lock it off. We know about lock off. Steal up. Tell them. Lock the game off. I'm done. It's Thursday. We don't need this pressure. But you know what it is, Arsenal, we're a nice team, the famous Arsenal, and we haven't got the FA in our pockets. You can see Man United, Liverpool, the darlings of English football, they have got the FA in their back pockets. We've got 10 players unavailable tonight, people, through AFCON, through injuries, 10 players. Game should be locked off. But we're going to go there and try and make something happen. It is what it is. The lock-off thing ain't going to happen. So we got to go to Anfield with a lot of players missing. Yeah, you're right. Listen, I'm saying it lightheartedly. The game ain't going to get locked off. It should have been locked off yesterday, the day before. It's too late. They're the darlings of English football. We know that. Man United, Liverpool, this game would have been off, I'm sure, if this was their circumstance. I did something yesterday on stream that I have never done in my entire footballing life as a fan. I wished for Granit Xhaka to be playing for Arsenal. Now, that is desperation you don't get much more desperate than that. I'm telling you. That's how desperate I am. I want to ask Edu and Mikel Arteta, how are we sitting here midway through January with no midfielders, looking like a bagel? We've got nothing in the middle right now, people. We're going to Anfield with nothing in the middle. How? Did Edu not know about the African Cup of Nations? Somebody explain it to me. So we turn up in January. We know that Partey and El Neni are going AFCON. That's cool. We understand that. So that leaves you with Xhaka, Maitland-Niles, and Sambi Lokonga. Xhaka gets COVID. Sambi turns into Bambi. And we get rid of Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now, I don't mind Ainsley Maitland-Niles leaving the football club, you know. We've done him dirty twice. Didn't sell him to Everton. Didn't sell him to Wolves. Maybe Arteta felt, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing as a human being. You deserve the move. I'm not going to sit in your way. That's fine. That's fine, Mikel. Mikel, I commend you on that. Well done. Well done, Mikel. But get us a replacement. Get us a replacement, my friend. You can't send Arsenal into big games at crunch time of the season with no middle. We are Bagel FC. We are Polo FC, the mints from back in the day. You know, they're the kind of mints that your dad used to keep in the car. Do you want a Polo? You didn't really want one because they weren't great, but you just took one because you was bored in the car. We're like a packet of Polos right now, people. We got nothing in the middle. Like... Arsenal, please. You got me with my hands, both hands on my head. You would never see this happen at another major football club. But, you know, clubs are overloaded with midfielders. When I was a kid, everybody wanted to be a striker. 4-4-2, two up front, everyone was a striker. You know, nowadays, everyone's a midfielder. Three in midfield. There's more midfielders than any other position in football. If you go and look around football now, midfielders galore, number 10s, defensive mids, all of that. Everyone plays midfield. Because now most teams play with one up front. Yet Arsenal are here with no midfield. Bagel FC. Polo, packet of Polo FC, people. Where's the midfielders? We're so desperate. This is how desperate we are. We should have probably signed Jack Wilshere on a pay-as-you-play and just stuck him in midfield. He's probably better than who we're going to play in there tonight. I've got to be honest. That's how bad we are. It's Ian Beale FC. I've got nothing left, Ryan. We've got nothing left. But listen, let me stop. They got me on a little crazy one. I can't believe it. We're the only team that makes it to a semi-final. Then for some reason, we're not prepared. We're the only team that can't cope. You know, we've got better midfielders on loan than the midfielders we've got at the club. We've got Guendouzi on loan. But he's now a French international, but we're going to sell him for 10 million. That just blows my head off. I can't get my head around that. Lucas Torreira's on loan. We're going to sell him for 15. He's better than what we've got. Mavropanos is going to go for 3.5 million. He's going to go Dortmund. Dortmund will probably sell him for 40 million. I don't understand. Sometimes, you know, when you get a bit stressed, you have to rub your temples. That's how they massage your head. You rub your temples. I'm baffled by this football club and the way we got better midfielders on loan than we've got at the club. I don't... Edu, mate, you had some good barbecues in the summer, some good cigars, some good jet skiing, you know. But boy, I mean, yeah, this could be free hit part 2. You already know the excuse, innit? If we get slapped tonight, but we didn't have no players. Yeah, but who decided to leave us with no player? Please. We're going to speak. Big up to everyone anyway. There's my little 10-minute rant over. It's only Arsenal. Only Arsenal could do this. Only Arsenal could do this, people. Please. Why? Why are you getting rid of players? And let me move on. I don't want to ruin anyone's day. I'm trying to uplift the mood. You know, it's cup semi-final tonight. We haven't lost yet, so I'm not saying we are going to lose, but in my head, I kind of feel like things aren't going well. But we'll see. Right, let's move on. We'll preview the game a little bit later. Let's get into transfers because, you know, we're back to that, something that I spoke about a lot in the summer where I said, linked with everyone, signing no one. But then in the end, we signed about 5 or 6 players. We're now doing link with everyone, sign no one. But we're being linked with a lot of players. Therapy booked. I hate to say it, people, but I hope you're not that busy tomorrow afternoon around 2ish. Just in case. I'm just putting it out there from now. Right? I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but just make sure tomorrow around 2:30, you're available. Just make sure. Let's talk about who we're being linked with. Are we going to sign them? Probably not, but we'll at least have a nice conversation about trying to sign them. That's all I'm going to say. Leicester central midfielder, Youri Tielemans. I saw Sid in the chat earlier. He was putting up laughing emojis. He's not having it. You never know, people. Maybe I'll get this completely wrong. Maybe we're going to go to Anfield tonight and we're going to cause an upset. Maybe we're going to cause an upset and I'm going to have to eat humble pie and go, oh my God, these players, I can't believe it. But just make sure tomorrow around 2, you're not too busy. Snake Eye said, oh no, Big C, I'm off. Listen, Youri Tielemans. 18 months left on his contract. Apparently, Arsenal have approached his agent. Same thing we said yesterday. Jonathan David, Arsenal have approached his agent. Dusan Vlahovic, we've approached his agent. Apparently, 30 times we've approached his agent. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, before I get into this story, I have a good contact at Leicester. I won't reveal his name, and I promise you when I say this, because there's nothing worse than an ITK. Somebody that says, according to my sources, according to this, according to that. This is gospel, right? This is gospel. I have a genuine good source. It is an ex-teammate of mine who now works at Leicester. I obviously won't reveal his name. Now, me and him have conversations about Leicester whenever Arsenal are linked with a Leicester player. I dropped him a message last night. He didn't go into detail. His reply to me was no chance, it won't happen. When Arsenal were signing Vardy, quote unquote, we were going to sign Vardy, he was giving me a little bit of inside info and he was saying, listen, Arsenal messed up the deal because Wenger told Vardy there would be games he would play out wide because he still had Giroud and he didn't see him as somebody that played ahead of Giroud all the time. Vardy was put off by the fact that Wenger said there will be times where you'll play wide and things like that and decided not to come to us. We know N'Golo Kante was supposed to come to Arsenal. Arsenal wouldn't pay the £9 million agent's fee, so he went to Chelsea. He wanted to come to Arsenal ahead of Chelsea. Chelsea that season had finished 10th. It was when Mourinho had the big fallout with the doctor. We were in the Champions League. Kante knew Wenger from France. The deal was in our hands. We decided to throw it out the window and go and sign Granit Xhaka. I don't know what else to say about that. We leave that one. We also tried to sign Riyad Mahrez, but we couldn't get Mahrez. Spoken to my guy at Leicester, he said no chance. Apparently Liverpool have been sniffing around Tielemans for a while. He's got 18 months left. The general feeling is that he goes to one of the biggest teams in England, i.e. Champions League teams, or he stays at Leicester on a bumper contract. Arsenal can feed these stories as much as they like. Arsenal could realistically ring Kylian Mbappe's agent. They could ring his agent. Hello, Kylian Mbappe's agent. Yeah, we heard you're a free transfer in the summer. He's not interested. And then they'll feed it to the press. And then it can go, oh, Arsenal approached Kylian Mbappe's agent. It means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You know, you could DM Kim Kardashian tonight and then make a headline, you know, oh, you've DM'd Kim Kardashian. Doesn't mean she's going to read it or respond to it. We are the PR kings, mate. We are the PR kings. Unfortunately, we're just not kings on the football pitch. That is the problem. So Arsenal eye a move for Youri Tielemans as they hold talks with the Belgian's agent. Arteta is keen to bolster his midfield options, and talks between the North London club and the Belgium international's agent have taken place. I'm going to apologise already, because I always apologise whenever the report is coming from the Daily Mail, who are not the most respected newspaper, let's be honest, or the Sun newspaper. They're two newspapers what I do not really respect. And apparently we tried to sign him when he was at Monaco. Apparently Arsene Wenger was looking at him. Arsenal approached him before, but we couldn't guarantee him first-team football at the time. We're now having a look at him. Tielemans, for me, would be a great signing. I'm going to put it out there. If Arsenal ever could get Tielemans, I think it would be a very good signing. Do I think we're going to get him? Probably not. Do I think Leicester would sell him to us? Probably not. Let's be honest. We haven't had much luck when it comes to Leicester players. We flopped Vardy. We flopped Kante. We couldn't get a deal agreed for Mahrez. And we couldn't get James Maddison. We've been to Leicester 4 times. It hasn't worked. What makes me think it's going to work this time? Absolutely nothing. Sidant's in here trolling. Tielemans is too good for Arsenal. No chance. If he play, let's get one thing clear. I'm going to back my team to a certain point here, Sidon. I'm coming for you. We're still bigger and badder than Leicester. I know you've won the title in the last 5-6 years. You won an FA Cup. But still, relax yourself. Tielemans still knows Arsenal is a step up from Leicester. Bigger club, bigger history, more money. You know, he still knows. I know over the last couple of years you've been above us in the table. But relax, we're still way bigger than Leicester. But it's a baby step above Leicester. He probably wants to make a giant leap. Joel says 5th time lucky. I'm telling you, man. No, don't want. I'm not blaming Arteta for reporters. I'm saying that, you know, sometimes stories are fed to the press by the club to keep the fans distracted. You know, instead of us having meltdowns going, oh my days, we're not being linked with anyone. We're going, oh, Youri Tielemans, Dusan Vlahovic. We're trying to get all these players. Sometimes clubs do that. It's distraction. It buys them time. It calms everyone down. Loz said card declined. I'm telling you. They go, you know, it makes a little sound, yeah. You put it in, they go, boo, boo, boo. They go, it's been declined, sir. I'm not sure. And you wipe it. You're like, I don't know what's wrong with this. Maybe it's the chip. Maybe it's the chip or something. I don't know. Let me try it again. Like, no, it's still been declined. You better be careful. If it happens a 3rd time, you will be blocked. And then you just walk out in defeat. You know, I actually haven't got enough money to buy it. Rory Sang said, Curtis Sidant needs a timeout. You know what? He's old school in the chat. I let him off, but he's borderline. He's close. You know what I mean? He's a misbehaving Leicester fan in the chat. Listen, I put it this way. Would I like Tielemans at Arsenal? Yeah. The link is saying 45 million. He'll have a year left on his contract in the summer. It's another one of them for me. If Arsenal got in the Champions League this season, which at the moment looks a little bit unlikely, but we have a chance, he's somebody we could probably approach. But at the moment, I think there's absolutely nothing in this story. Ryan said, thing is, we've always been slow and leave things till the end of the window. Same old, same old. You're right. You're right. Man said stolen card. They've nicked the card. Snake Eye said, Big C, do you think this is a distraction to throw everyone off while they do a deal elsewhere? I think in the background, they're panic buying. I think they're scrambling a deal together. And they'll keep throwing out Vlahovic. They'll keep throwing out. And they'll do a panic buy in the background. That's what I would expect. Big up Snake Eyes. Jason Yours said, Hi Curtis, it's my birthday. I'm not looking forward to this game, mate. Happy birthday. And what I will say, do not let them ruin your birthday. Enjoy your birthday, and, don't let them spoil your mood, people, because Arsenal have ruined a lot of weekends over the past few years. So, Ross said, wipe the strip on the credit card. That's facts all day. I'm telling you, man. As Troop said, we are a sleeping giant. I would say comatose. But apart from that, he is right. Oh, man. Sean said, building is on fire. It's fine. That's what is happening right now. It's crazy. Panic by Ramsey. Listen, let's talk about the midfielder that it looks like we are going to possibly sign. And that is Melo from Juventus. Now, we spoke about him yesterday. The story was breaking news yesterday. It's all over the place today. Fabrizio Romano tweeted today, more on the Melo deal for Arsenal. Arteta approves him. Arsenal are prepared to cover his salary. Apparently earns 130 grand a week. It's up to Juventus. No green light yet for a move. They need a replacement. Arthur on Arsenal's list since some days. I go off. I'm a vibes man in life, right? I'm all about vibes. You just go off the vibe, the feeling. Sometimes you have a feeling that's unexplainable. The feeling I have when I think about Arthur Melo coming to Arsenal is I'm underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed by the signing. Now, beggars can't be choosers, because the reality is we have no midfield right now. So any midfield is better than what we've got right now. He was very good at Barcelona, in my opinion. Some games used to keep the ball so well. But they're saying in general that he has been considered a flop in Italy. He can't keep up with the physical aspect of the game. I would have rather probably taken McKennie from Juventus if you were going to take anyone. Now, there's a little report I'm just going to read briefly. I'm not going to bore you for too long. This is a report from Carlo Vardelli, who is a Euro sport expert in Italy, and he's given a report for Arsenal fans. He said, what kind of player are you getting? He said he's an attack. He's a ball-playing midfielder who's very good when receiving the ball. He really loses possession, although does not get too advanced and create many goal-scoring opportunities or score many goals. In fact, he only scored 1 goal last season and has only made 4 appearances this season. He said, I consider him more of a dancer than a fighter. He is not somebody you want when your back is against the wall and you're having a scrap. He's somebody who's very good in a team that dominates possession. He said this year he has struggled to get in Allegri's team and has been left on the bench for Locatelli, who Allegri sees as a much more physical presence. So there you go. I mean, what do we make of that, people? I think when all else fails, Edu opens that Brazilian phone book. Man said Brazilian El Neni. GB said Arthur Melo is a poor man's Jorginho. Red flags. I mean, listen, beggars can't be choosers, right? He cost a lot of money for Juventus. And like I said, is he going to be better than Xhaka? I mean, the standards are not overly high. And we've signed players like Ramsdale, who I was writing off the day we signed him. And look how well he's worked out. I will never write off a player before we've signed him, but I am underwhelmed. He's lightweight. And for anybody that saw, they played in the Super Cup final last night against Inter Milan. He came on for the last 17 minutes. It went to extra time. And a certain Alexis Sanchez scored the winning goal in the 121st minute. I don't know what it is about Alexis Sanchez, I'm supposed to hate him because of the way he snaked us. But I love Alexis. I don't know what it is. What he did for us at Arsenal, I just wish we still had him at the club. I can't help it, people. Alexis will always be Arsenal, in my opinion, but it was horrible the way he left. But, Alexis Sanchez scored the winner. And, Arthur came on. I watched a little bit of the highlights. It was underwhelming, It was underwhelming, to be honest. He looks okay. He looks like somebody that keeps possession a little bit. He's small. I believe he's 5'7". So I'm not sure. I'm not sure, people, with this one. Let me know what you think. Arthur, would you be happy with that deal? I think there are better options than Arthur out there, to be honest. But we'll see. Let me know what you think. Alexis scored in the 120th minute. Prince Teddy said, take that back. I know, man. I know. He snaked us bad, but what a player. MC said, Curtis Arthur always passes sideways. Mudine said, Curtis, I can tell you now, Arthur is not an improvement on El Neni. Trust me, I'll watch him in Italy. Ian said, Curtis, he was the one who made the mistake to let Sanchez score the goal. There you go. That's all we need, innit? Alexis was electric. Let's get Cazorla on loan. Cap said Tielemans over Arthur. Yo, Curtis, 5'7". He's small, bro. In the Prem, you know, unless you're exceptional on the ball. We need Ramirez. No brainer, but the club don't want to spend the money, man. They're moving tight, unfortunately, when it comes to the midfielder. As I said before, people, this transfer window will dictate what happens this season. Now, DiMarzio has just tweeted regarding Arthur, so I'm just going to bring this up quickly just to keep you up to date. He said, Arsenal face frustration in their pursuit of Arthur Melo as Juventus will refuse to let the midfielder leave the club until they sign a replacement. Seriously, like, Edu, man, like, Edu. Do you know the crazy thing, people, is that Edu and Arteta were midfield players. Yet our midfield is a shambles. 2 centre mids that don't know how to fix our midfield. If Juventus turn around to you and say, listen, man, you can't take Arthur until we get a replacement, that means you might not get him, or you might have to wait until the end of the window, until they sign someone else. We've heard loads of midfielders linked with moves. And yet we're here, we can't get a deal done. Edu only plans 2 weeks ahead. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Edu was a side playing merchant. It's crazy. Jake Snack said, I expected more from Lokonga. I just don't think Lokonga's ready to be a regular in the Arsenal team. I do think there is talent there. I wouldn't say he's ahead of Guendouzi. And this is where my frustration is, that we've got players out the door and brought them in with players who are less, progressive and down the line than those players. Now, I understand Guendouzi and Arteta had a fallout, and naturally, a lot of the time when you have a fallout in football, the player ends up going. But replace them with better players. That's my aim. Carlos said, I think Ramirez is for the summer. I do, but would an aggressive, ambitious club just say, you know what, even though we plan on signing him in June, we need to sign him now in January. Give me that summer money right now. Luca, yeah, definitely, bro. Watch along settings tonight, 7:20. Make sure you join me. All the pre-match build-up. The team is going to be interesting. And we're going to discuss a potential team lineup shortly because we are short of options. And it's taken me about 20 minutes to even figure out what team I would pick. Sambi is very slow. Doesn't seem to read the game quick enough yet. He will get that with time, but you can make a lot of mistakes while you develop that. Viking said Guendouzi should have stayed. Arteta should have gone. You're going to get me in trouble here, bro. You know, we're 4th in the league. I don't want to be criticising Arteta too much. Allow Sambi, Bambi, he needs a leader next to him. Zakaria is available for 6 mil. He's 25 and a powerhouse. Yeah, apparently they're asking for peanuts. He's out of contract. And they're willing to take, I think it said, £6 million, about 8 or 9 million euros. So, again, but I remember the last time we went to Borussia Mönchengladbach and signed a Swiss midfielder, it didn't exactly work out too well with a certain Granite. So, but yeah, maybe times have changed. Earl said, well, go on, Big C, any chance we can have our therapy tonight, bro? You never know. Depending on how the game goes, we may have to do an emergency one tonight around 10 o'clock. But hopefully we're still at least in the tie. FaZe, big up to you, bro. Said, we can't even pay 6 mil. I know Man United have been linked with him as well. Like Pratik says, obviously West Ham won last night. I'm not actually sure what the score was. They won 2-0 against Norwich. They were always going to win. Jared Bowen with 2 goals, having a brilliant season. 8 goals, 8 assists, on the verge of an England call-up. West Ham up to 4th. Man United have got games in hand. Tottenham have got games in hand. The North London derby on Sunday is absolutely massive. It's crazy because we've had a good start to the season, but it feels very fragile at the moment. If we get a couple of good results, our season looks fantastic. If we get a couple of bad results, then it's a crisis. Very fine margins in football, that is for sure. It's that time, people. Do you know what? I need some music for this. I'm going to get it sorted over the next few days. It is that time. We are going to talk about Mr. You know who. You know who it is. It is your daily dose of Dusan Vlahovic, or as we famously call now, Daily Dusan. He is back. Will we ever sign him? Probably not. He will go in that box with Yann Villa, Julian Draxler, Gonzalo Higuain, Luis Suarez, Karim Benzema, all of those players that we nearly signed. We were linked with 50 times. Apparently, we've called him 30 times, but we still haven't signed him. This is a story out of The Independent today. It says, Arsenal have no issue with the fee, but prefer to pay the fee over 4 years. They will try to get the deal done this window, regardless of the Aubameyang situation. Ah, dear. Here we go. Here we go, people. Yeah, like you said, man, get the coupon ready, people. Put that discount code in and just see if it works, people. Let's see if it works, you know. I mean, yeah, honestly, we haven't signed him, but I'm just sick of talking about him. I'm sick of seeing the purple kit. I'm sick of seeing his face. I'm sick of watching his highlights on YouTube. In fact, it's getting to the point I don't even want him. It's just doing my head in. I don't know if I'm living in the past, right? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm living in the past. I kind of feel like, how can a Fiorentina player be boying Arsenal like this? Fiorentina, no disrespect, man. Come on. Come on. Like, Fiorentina, you've got good history, you know, Gabriel Batistuta and all that, the purple kit. Yeah, man, I respect it. Italian football, Serie A, James Richardson. But we all know when we watched Italian football, you know, AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan, Lazio, Roma, they were the teams in Italy. Fiorentina were probably a Tottenham of Italy. You know what I mean? We're talking about, can we... Now, listen, most big transfers are not paid at once. So this is nothing unusual. But the fact that it's being fed out there, Arsenal want to pay it over 4 years. And, oh, come on, man, stop. Just forget it. The best thing I would say to Arsenal fans now, any hope or expectation you've got of Dusan Vlahovic signing for Arsenal, just wipe it out of your mind. Just wipe it out of your mind, because I don't see it happening. We're going to talk about him every single day this month. We're going to, you know, they're saying now his agent wants 8 million or something. Apparently he's unhappy with his agent. Just sign him or move on. Simple as that. If you've got the money, pay for it, buy it, move on. If you haven't, leave the... Can you leave the store, sir? Can you leave the store? They do not accept Klarna in the store. Can we leave now? Yeah, you go into the shop, you want to buy the Rolex, you're asking them to pay over 4 years. If you got the money, you can buy it, you can leave now. Otherwise, my friend, you need to leave. Yeah? It's, you know what I mean? Just come on. Come on, man. Don't... Sometimes your reputation is huge in football. We can't keep having this reputation of they're just a team that messes about with transfers. Sometimes you've got to be aggressive and just go and get a deal done and show people that you're serious. Nick said, this story is becoming so tedious. I agree. It's just dragging on and on. Let's look elsewhere and move on. I want a midfielder more than anything. He's not on layaway. I'm telling you, man. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. Oh, man. Listen, if you want to use Klarna, you need to leave the store. I'm telling you, man. They don't take Klarna in the store, Edu, man. Just buy him or move. Viking said I could be made to look good in a YouTube video. Viking, as I say... We do not show the highlights of the missed chances. Even my intro, people message me all the time, yo, you look like such a baller in that intro, bro. I say, listen, I respect your comments. I will not show you the highlights of the missed chances. So, you know, I will only show you when the goalkeeper gets chipped. I won't show you when I chip it over the crossbar. Or when I try to Henry it in the far corner. So Dusan Vlahovic, he looks like Haaland on the highlights. The reality is, he might be Olivier Giroud. Who knows, people? Who knows? We'll have to see. But yeah, Daily Dusan, it's getting annoying, but we'll just joke about it right now. It's becoming a bit of a joke, to be honest, which kind of sums up the way Arsenal are moving. I know big transfers are not easy to get done, and sometimes they do drag until the end of the month. But, you know, it's Arsenal, innit? Curtis Shaw, YouTube baller. Exactly, man. You make your own highlights section. You look great. You know what I mean? You look great. Curtis, where are you hitting those pigeons? Well, I'm not quite Thomas Partey levels, you know, but, you know, we've hit a few cars in the car park. I can't lie, people. It happens sometimes. Hey, Zach, man, come on. I've had bad days, but not Eddie and Ketty. We've never been that bad. All big deals are paid in installments. Only when Arsenal do it is it highlighted. I mean, the thing is, sometimes you have to pay a lot of it up front, though, you know, just to get the deal done. And listen, when a big player is wanted by a lot of clubs and he's very highly rated, you've got to move with aggression. You've got to be really aggressive. I just don't feel like Arsenal are being aggressive enough, you know. Cheese is cheese, man, I'm telling you. Edu and Arteta have made Arsenal a better... Oh, mate. No way you're a striker. Come on, man. Striker settings, people. Jota at Liverpool, 4 million up front. They were willing to sell him. Jota got to the point he wasn't even starting at Wolves. Vlahovic is their main man. They ain't going to give you that kind of deal. You know, they're just not. Road to 50k. Yeah, we're moving, people. We're moving. Let's discuss the team tonight. Honestly, I'm going to need your help here. Going to need your help. What team are we playing tonight? I just haven't got a clue. This is where I'm up to. And I'm not even sure if this is acceptable. First of all, let me zoom in on this. We've got no Odegaard, no Smith Rowe. So we've got no number 10. Effectively, there's no number 10. So if we're going to play 4 at the back, we've got to play in a 3-man midfield. Now, for me, I don't want Eddie and Nketiah starting this game. It's been a stressful enough week for Arsenal. The last thing I need is to see Eddie and Nketiah play against Van Dijk. We may have to change this and go to 3 at the back. I've left right back empty. I only put Chambers in midfield because we have no midfielder and Chambers played DM at Fulham. But now I've thought about it, I think we've got to go 3 at the back. The only problem with 3 at the back, who do you play wing back? Who do you play wing back? So let's change it. Let's change it. Let's go with 3 at the back. I mean, what do we go? 3-4-3? It looks dreadful on paper, this. I got to be honest. This team looks awful. The front 3 is not bad. The front 3 is not bad. So we would go Sambi in midfield next to Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka's not fully fit. He's just come back from COVID. It's going to be a long night at the office tonight. I got to be honest, people. Brace yourselves tonight. That's all I'm saying. Brace yourselves. It's going to be a long night at the office. Take Ben White out. Put Kieran Tierney in the back 3. I don't want to see Rob Holding anywhere near a football pitch. And you put Ben White right centre-back. I don't know who you put in those 2 wide areas. I need answers. Tavares and Kieran Tierney. I'd play Tierney at centre-back. I just don't think you can get away with Rob Holding. I think he's shocking. Unless you play Callum Chambers at centre-back. Give me some options. Darren says left wing-back Tavares, centre-back, and then Cedric right wing-back. That's horrible, isn't it? The problem is that Cedric is probably a better wing-back than Callum Chambers. At least he can cross a ball. We're going to have to play somebody who is bad. That's the problem. You can't escape it. Either Chambers plays, Tavares plays. All right, so realistically, you've got to play Tavares left wing back. We've got no other option. We're going to have nobody on the bench. Nuno's probably all right if you get him going forward. Defensively, is a disaster. He's basically Usain Bolt at left back. And then right wing back, you play Cedric or Callum Chambers. I just don't know. I don't think Callum Chambers can actually get forward. I don't know if he can. Can Callum Chambers take somebody on and put a cross in? It's awful. It's like picking two of your worst dinners. You don't know which one. You don't really want any of them. I don't know who you play there. Give me some options, people. Let me see what you're saying. Bojan says Holding, Gabriel White, Tierney, Sambi, Xhaka, Cedric. Then you got to play Cedric and Holding in the same team. That is horrible. 2K in here, man. Big up to all of you. Can we quickly hit 1,000 likes? And can we hit 1,000 likes? And subscribe if you haven't already. Tom, yeah, Xhaka apparently is available. Just come back from COVID. He probably won't be 100%. Herb Pepe is at AFCON. We can't play him. We're going to have nobody on the bench. Eddie and Nketiah. That could be about it. I'm not lying. We got no one. We got no Balogun. We got no Ainsley who's left. Pablo Mari apparently is in talks with Udinese. So if he's on the verge of leaving, he probably won't be involved. On the bench, we're going to have Kolasinac and Eddie Nketiah. I mean, for me, I don't know who you can play right wing back. There's nothing there. We got no options. No Smith Rowe, people. Callum Chambers, yeah, even Reece Nelson would have been good. Oz said Eddie, Holding and Kolasinac on the bench. What a bench. What a bench, man. That bench is dreadful. Just to put it in perspective, people. Liverpool's team news, right? They're going to have a very strong team. I read their expected lineup. So their expected lineup, I've got it here. Alisson in goal, he's back in training. Trent is back after COVID. Van Dijk is back. Matip and Robertson, full strength goalkeeper and back four. Their midfield is expected to be Fabinho, Henderson, and either Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones. One of Oxlade-Chamberlain or Curtis Jones, although they're saying Oxlade-Chamberlain. Their front three, Minamino, Jota, and Firmino. It's still a problem. It's like that team is a problem. It's Chambers or Cedric. You know what? Cedric was that bad the other night. I mean, we just give Chambers a chance. Because he's going to play defensive-minded anyway. He's got Saka in front of him. He doesn't really need to get forward that much. It's a horrible team selection. And when I say we've got nothing on the bench, people, I mean nothing on the bench. Eddie and Nketiah and Kolasinac and Rob Holding and then a bunch of young players. We've literally got nothing. I genuinely am not joking when I say we would have probably been better off putting Jack Wilshere on the bench. We've got nothing left. Ian Beale settings. Snake Eye said, Dark Hearts, Big C, call the Arsenal doctor. I'm telling you, we need 10 false positive tests. This game needs calling off. Can we go to Anfield and do anything with that? I mean, listen, our front three is unaffected. Also, on the flip side, I can't see. Something tells me that Arteta won't pick this team. I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta played Lacazette in the 10 with Eddie and Nketiah up front. He loves Eddie and Nketiah. It wouldn't surprise me if he did that. Then he could still play Martinelli and Saka out wide. He'd still play Xhaka and Sambi in the middle. And then he plays a back four, Tierney, Gabriel, White, and then whoever you play at right back, Cedric or Chambers. You don't affect the shape of the team as much. And then the goalkeeper. Will he even play Ramsdale in goal? He has given Leno a lot of the cup games. But it's not nice, man. How are we turning up for a cup semi-final? This is our only opportunity of winning a trophy this season. How are we turning up with a team so underprepared? How have we not brought players in? We should have signed players the first 3 or 4 days of January. Instead, we're sitting here chasing after Arthur, and then now the story coming out of Italy is we're not likely to get him. You know, they have to replace him before we bring somebody in. It makes no sense, people. It makes absolutely no sense. Nightmare at Anfield. That's a false team. I said a false team. Listen, I'm not saying this is the team Arteta picks. I think this is the best we could probably scrape together with what we've got. I don't want to see Rob Holding. I'm sorry, I don't. He got humbled and bodied by Nottingham Forest the other day. He's shocking. He shouldn't be at the club. I don't want to see Cedric. As I said, Cedric the Entertainer is better than Cedric Suarez right now. I don't want to see him play. They need to investigate why we signed him, right? And I don't want to see Eddie Nketiah. No Arsenal fan deserves to go through the pain of watching Eddie Nketiah against Virgil van Dijk. It's not acceptable. That is just not fair to let anybody watch that. I watched him get bodied by Joe Worrell the other day at centre-back for Nottingham Forest. There's no way I want to see Van Dijk play against Eddie Nketiah. That's not even fair. I think this is the best we could put on the pitch. Do I think he'll set us up like this? Probably not. What I want to ask you people, the team that we got available, however he sets us up, listen, I won't be surprised if I turn on the TV tonight and Rob Holding's starting in a back three, or Eddie Nketiah's up front by himself, or Cedric's at right back. I'm not going to be surprised if I see that. I've got to be honest, people. If we get out of Anfield tonight with a 2-1 defeat, I'll be celebrating like we've won the game. I'll be celebrating like we've won the game. We've got no plan B. We've got nothing on the bench. No one to bring on. Xhaka's not going to be 100%. He only trained once yesterday. He's been out with COVID. You don't know how that's going to affect him when he starts the game. If we get out of there with a 1-goal defeat, I think we've done well. I actually predicted a 2-1 defeat on a preview I went on Grizz's channel last night with Turkish. Big up to them. I predicted a 2-1 defeat. If we lose 2-1, I'll be celebrating like we've won the game. Because if Liverpool score early, I might be doing the watch-along from the kitchen. I might, you know what I mean? I could be hiding behind the sofa. John Layat said, I'm watching Emmerdale with the missus tonight. I'm telling you, Money Heist is back. I might have to, you know what I mean? I've missed these new episodes of Money Heist. I may have to go back and watch that. We just do a watch-along for EastEnders tonight or something. It could be a long night. Brace yourselves. Someone put in the chat earlier, I missed it, he said, I refuse to watch the game sober. Listen, man, I'm telling you. I mean, I don't want to promote alcohol to anybody. We're all about promoting clean living. But big up to John Layat. Sir Festus, apologies, bro. I miss your super chat. I've got it. Curtis, I'm not sure any good midfielder will come to Arsenal. Obviously, everybody believes Arteta loves Granit Xhaka so much. And we spoke about this the other day, my friend, is that Edu made it clear as day at the start of the season. He said there is no point signing a midfielder to go on top of Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. Now, that to me is the most ridiculous comment I have ever read in my life. You're basically saying that you don't believe you should upgrade Granit Xhaka. That's like saying I've got an iPhone 7 when the iPhone 13 comes out and I offer you a free upgrade at the same price you're paying on your bill and you refuse it. You know, who does that? Move with the times, people. Granit Xhaka's out of date. The milk's been spoiled, people. When you go and open that milk and it's and you smell it, you go, boy, man, that don't smell good. You don't put it on your cereal, do you? You're going to have a bad belly if you do that. These men are drinking gone-off milk. Granit Xhaka's out of date, people, I'm telling you. Cheese the G said Arsenal turning up with spares and repairs. Bruv, the car's mashed up. The car don't even drive. They're trying to sell it. It's all mad, people. I don't get it. But listen, all we can do is hope and pray tonight. We're praying for a miracle. Listen, the one thing, people, that I will say, at least Liverpool don't have Mane and Salah. If we can handle their front three, although Firmino does have a great record against Arsenal, if we can somehow keep them out, Minamino, Jota and Bobby Firmino, at least we've got Laka, we've got Martinelli, we've got Saka. We do have a front three, in my opinion, that can damage Liverpool. The problem is the midfield. You know, if they play Fabinho, who is an absolute beast, Henderson, who is a leader for them, Oxlade-Chamberlain will be fired up for it because we sold him. I don't see how Xhaka and Lokonga deal with those two. Xhaka is not 100%. Could be a long night at the office. Jota has got a great record against us, like Ryan says. Alfred, big up with the super chat, bro. I hope you're well. Said, other teams telling us you can't get a player until we replace them. Arsenal loaning a midfielder while needing one. That's it. It's that simple. If a man comes up to you in the street and he says, right, I tell you what, see your trainers. What you got on? You got a nice pair of Jordans on, right? You got a nice pair of Jordans on. I like your Jordans, you know. I want to buy them off you. You go, nah, bro, come on, man. You can't buy my trainers. He makes you a great offer. And he said, boy, man, I'll give you 3 times what they're worth. You say, all right, cool. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go to Foot Locker over the road there. I'll buy my replacement trainers, put my new ones on, and then you can buy them off me. That's what you would do. That's what a normal person would do. But Arsenal, them man are taking their trainers off in the rain, in the middle of winter, and they're selling the man their trainers, and they're walking down Oxford Street with dirty feet, looking like some madman. That's what Arsenal are doing. Who does that? That's how Arsenal are moving. Get your replacements first, bro. Then go and do what you're doing. When Roma turned up for Ainsley, you say, Bredgen, yo, wait, let me get my replacement. Let me get a new pair of Air Force Ones or something. Then you can take my, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. These man took their trainers off in the middle of the street while it's raining and said, yeah, man, take my Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Jose, while I walk around. My socks have got holes in them now. I'm looking like a lunatic. What kind of foolishness are we doing? It's not rocket science, is it? We don't need to be a technical director at Arsenal on a couple of million a year to know you do not sell somebody who you need unless you've got a replacement. We have a midfield crisis and we just sold a midfielder on loan with no replacement. Make it make sense, people. Alfred, you bang on. We didn't even buy a pair of sliders, bro. We're walking around with thin socks that are just ripping. You got holes in your socks. It's raining. You're looking like a lunatic. You know what I mean? Madness. What's wrong with these, man? They got us looking homeless at it. Arsenal looking homeless right now. You know what I mean? Arsenal got big Emirates Stadium, but we're sleeping outside McDonald's because these man ain't got us prepared. It's madness, bro. I don't get it. Edu, man, you've been smoking cigars, having barbecues all summer. Do your job. Do your job, Bredgen. What's going on out here? Why haven't we got no mid... Have you ever watched Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea turn up with no midfield? No midfield, bro. We don't even know... I don't know, people. I just don't get it, man. Arsenal, the gift that... I have to admit, people, Arsenal are the gift that keeps on giving. You know, some mornings I wake up, I think, right, we're doing a stream today. What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? It's a quiet day. Not much is happening. And then I'm like, I go on social media. I'm like, what? Yesterday, I thought we were signing Arthur. Yep, Arthur, okay. It's not the guy I would have signed, but, I said Ramsdale wasn't good enough. Look how good he's been. We'll give him a chance. I start to get my head around the fact we're signing Arthur. Cool. I'm trying to make it look good. Well, he was good at Barca. He's a Brazilian international. He's good on the ball. Let's go. The day after, Di Marzio's like, nah, Juve aren't selling him to you till they replace him. But like Alfred just said, we just sold Ainsley to Roma with no replacement, so why don't we have that thought process? Arsenal, man, you are something else as a football club. I can't lie. Ahmad Sissoko, big up, bro. He said, man like Curtly Marley, big up from Florida. You'll never walk alone. We'll pump you lot today. Mikel Amatrain, Arteta's tax. Man said, oh, listen, bro, I appreciate the super chat. Can I argue with that? I went on a Liverpool preview last night. Them man did predictions. They got no Salah, no Mane. Man are like, 3-0, 2-0. I think someone said 4-1. They got pure chest. They got more chest than Pamela Anderson. And I don't blame them. Because I would have that chest as well, looking at that Arsenal midfield. We're turning up with a championship midfield tonight. Man ain't even fit. You know what I mean? Xhaka's probably not even fit enough to play this game. But we just got to force him out there. 2 ibuprofens and dash him on the pitch. Matthew said, Hobbit feet. Bruv, I'm telling you, man, we're moving mad. You'll never walk with muddy feet. Oh, man. Cal, big up with the super chat, bro, said, Arsenal, Edu and Arteta are clearly getting bullied with transfers. Match fixing and refs decisions. Liverpool and Man City get everything. Listen, success brings luck. Success brings luck, people. Let me tell you that. I bet when we was invincible, other teams used to moan about Arsenal. When you're at the top, you don't care about that, because when you're successful, you don't rely on luck as much because you handle business. When you're struggling in life, people saying, man, I need some luck. I get loads of bad luck. Successful people don't talk about luck because they make their own luck, you know? When Arsenal were at the top, I bet clubs used to say, I hate going to Highbury. Refs give Arsenal everything. Wenger's in the fourth official's ear. You don't get anything. Now we're that team who go to other grounds and go, oh, we don't get anything at Anfield. We don't get anything at the Etihad. That's the levels, people. When you're a champion or you're challenging for a champion, you don't rely on luck. And that's the reality, people. You know about Pamela, man. You know. Curtis, I wouldn't mind Ben White in midfield. The only thing I would say, Sam, Ben White in midfield means Rob Holding in defence. You might gain something, you're going to lose something else. That's the problem. Overflow, I said, what a name said. You're the only Arsenal fan I like, Curtis. Cheers, mate. I mean, listen, there are lots of good Arsenal channels out there, but I appreciate your kind words. I try and uplift the spirit if I can, people. You know, it's not easy, man. As Saeed says, it ain't easy, people. It ain't easy. Rinat said, Big C, we all owe an apology to Granit and wish him get well soon. Xhaka mode. Oh, man. Granit Xhaka, you know. I never thought I'd see the day. I'd be delighted to see Granit Xhaka back from injury. All jokes aside, obviously he's had the virus. Get well soon. Hope he's well. But my general feeling was always, I don't want Granit Xhaka in an Arsenal team ever. And right now I'm celebrating the fact he's available. So it's mad. JT said, would be tempted by White in midfield, did for Leeds. As I said, we're going to have a problem somewhere on the pitch. We're either going to play Rob Holding, Cedric, Ben White in midfield, or, you know, or Holdings at the back. However you shift it, there's going to be a problem somewhere. So we've got no number 10. You could play Laka 10. You play Laka 10, that means you're playing Eddie Nketiah up front. Nightmare. If you play Ben White in defensive midfield, you play Rob Holding at the back. Rob Holding, I think I gave him 2 out of 10 against Nottingham Forest. So is he going to handle Jota and Firmino? Probably not. Big up my bro Akeem. He said, Callum Chambers in midfield. Don't move Ben White. And I got to be honest, because this game is based on 2 legs, I think what you've got to remember, people, Arsenal don't necessarily have to beat Liverpool. What we can't do is lose the whole tie in 1 leg. So what I mean by that is, I think we need a strong defence. The defence has to be the proper defence. So I think you've got to play Ben White and Gabriel. And obviously Tierney at left back, and whoever you play right back, if we play with a back 4. If we can frustrate Liverpool, not concede many, and get out of there still in the tie, go back to Emirates next week. Hopefully we're at full strength or close to it, and we try and beat them at home next week. It is, as Scott's saying there, it is damage limitation. What we can't do is go there, be naive, try and attack them, get caught with a poor defence, holding, making mistakes, concede 3 or 4, and you're out of the competition. You know, Tottenham went to Chelsea. They were naive. They lost 2-0. They were done. Even though 2-0 is a score you can recover from, but I never felt like Spurs were going to overturn that. It is damage limitation. Lose by 1 goal, nothing more than that. If we get a draw or if we win, we're in a fantastic position. Gabriel is available tonight. He's back from suspension. Character beats talent. If talent doesn't have character, Arsenal miss both. What I will say is that Liverpool tonight don't have their 2 best attackers. And I do rate Firmino and I do rate Jota, but we know that Salah and Mane are electric. So what Liverpool don't have as much in that front 3 tonight is pace. You know, I'm not saying Jota and them guys are slow, but they're certainly not as quick as Salah and Mane. Low block, frustrate them, deny them space, hit them on the counter-attack. Liverpool's strength, in a way, is also their weakness, because Robertson and Trent bomb on and overlap their wingers or support their wingers. How you can hit Liverpool is on the counter-attack. And we have got speed in the wide areas in Martinelli and Saka. Our front three still look strong. So it's a case of defend properly and attack properly. The midfield's going to be a bit of a problem. We've just got to kind of make it a bit of a scrappy game, make life difficult for them. Listen, Joel, originally the team I put on the screen was 4-3-3. Don't change the system. And I did put Callum Chambers defensive midfield next to Xhaka and Lokonga. But then there is talks online, Charles Watson, that saying we may play three at the back with Tierney, Gabriel and Ben White and then play with wing-backs. I don't know. But we'll have to see. Before we leave, people, I mean, you know what players are available and stuff. What is your score prediction for tonight? Don't forget, people, I will be back for the watch-along, 7:20. It's going to be Scenes FC tonight, people. You know, it is damage limitation. Please just make sure we go to the Emirates with an opportunity of going through. Don't go there and be immature and get rolled over 3 or 4-0. We got to stay in the competition. Big up Gambian Gooner. He said, let's just park the bus. 5-2-1-2. Tierney, Gabriel, Mari, White, Chambers, Sambi, Xhaka, Saka, Martinelli, Laka, dark art settings. It's tough, innit? The problem when you play Liverpool, you do have to have an escape plan, because if you sit back too much, they will just pepper you all game. Trent, Robertson whipping in crosses. It's very hard to defend, so you do have to have a way out, but I get you. I don't think Pablo Mari will play at all tonight. He may not even be on the bench. Apparently, he's in talks with Udinese about a loan move. Ryan says 5-0 to Liverpool. Jesus, Ryan, man. Even I'm not that bad, you know. 5-0, bro. 3-1 Liverpool, said Harry. Chris says 2-0 to Liverpool. Andreas 3-1 to Arsenal. Luzma said 1-0 to Liverpool. Dante 3-1 Liverpool. Jamar 5-1 Liverpool. Vernon says 4-0 Arsenal. A clean sheet would be a miracle. Eros said throw this game in the bin. Remember Arteta yesterday? He goes, oh, you know, the Arsenal Forest game, we just throw that in the bin. Let's hope we're not throwing this game in the bin. Amsterdam, Thailand said the usual 5-0. Sarvesh says 2-1 to Liverpool. Lukaku killed Mari, said Amo. Greg says 2-1 to Arsenal. Mohammed says 2-2. Listen, any kind of close defeat or a draw or even a win obviously would be a fantastic result for Arsenal. Abdullah said Arsenal need a technical director and a manager first before you think about ownership and players. Go and get Michael Edwards when he leaves Liverpool in the summer. South London's finally says 2-2. Nediant says 2-0 to Arsenal. And Dante says 3-1 to the Gunners. Let's hope, let's pray. I will be back tonight, 7:20. Make sure you lick that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. 2,100 of you in the chat. Big up to every one of you legends for tuning in. 7:20 tonight. Scenes FC, people. Liverpool against Arsenal. Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. And that's the best way I can end this. We need a Julio Baptista performance. I remember his 4 goals at Anfield. These are the games where heroes are made. You never know, people. You never know. Maybe we beat them. We can only pray. I will see you all tonight, 7:20. Looking forward to the watch-along. And enjoy the rest of your day. And do not let Arsenal ruin your week. I will see you tonight, people. Bless.